ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Problem. S4NX. See here carefully. Nitride of sulfur. We have to find the value of X. In vapor state, gaseous state is subjected to decomposition totally to get octaatomic. Octaatomic is nothing but S8. So what is the reaction? Let us see. S4NX decomposition on heating. What we get? Octaatomic. Diatomic means 2. Octaatomic means 8. One molecule contains 8 sulfur atoms. S8. Okay. Sulfur vapor and nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas is nothing but N2. So both are gases. It is what it is given. Right. So you have to balance it anyway. Under similar condition, the volume of the product is 2.5 times to the volume of reactants. So this is one more volume of products by volume of reactants is equal to 2.5. Deduce the molecular formula of nitrogen. That means you have to find the value of X. Calculate the weight percentage. Right. Now let us balance this. S4 we have S8. So this should be half. 1 by 2 into 8 is 4 sulfur atoms. NX we have N2, so this should be X by 2. So here if this is gas, this is also gas, right? One volume gives half volume plus X by 2 volumes. Volume of the products. Volume of the product is nothing but sum of these two. That is 1 by 2 plus X by 2. Volume of the reactants, that is 1. So what I will get is X plus 1 by 2. So this is 5. 5 equal to 1 plus X. X equal to 4. Therefore the formula is S4NX is nothing but S4N4. Next you have to find the weight percentage. Weight percentage of nitrogen. So there are 4 nitrogen atoms, 4 into 14, 4 sulfur atoms, 4 into 32 plus again 4 into 14, percentage therefore 100. So if you simplify this, you have to get around 30.43. Yes, you get around 30.43. Next one, 60 ml of methane, 180 ml of oxygen are mixed and fired. So heated in idiometer, the resulting gases are passed through caustic soda. So remember, caustic soda absorbs CO2. Determine the composition of gases before and after passing. So just you have to find the composition. Simple. CH4 gas plus oxygen gas gives CO2 gas plus 2H2O liquid. 1 carbon, 4 hydrogens. 2 plus 2, 4. So 2. So 1 volume requires 2 volume gives 1 volume of CO2 gas. We have to find the composition of gases before and after passing. So initially at time t equal to 0, we have 60 ml of methane, 180 ml of oxygen. These two are not present. So what happens? For 1 ml you require 2 ml of oxygen. For 60 ml you require 120 ml. So limiting reagent is methane. Methane is the limiting reagent. For 1 ml you require 2. For 60 ml you require 120. But you have 180, more than that is required. That means methane reacts completely. So number of moles reacted. So it will react completely 60 ml. For 60 ml, 120 ml is sufficient because they react in 1:2 ratio. For 60 ml, 120 ml is sufficient. So after reaction at any time t, out of 60, 60 is reacted, leftover is 0 ml. Out of 180, 120 is reacted, leftover is 60 ml. So for one volume you will get one volume. So you will get 60 ml of CO2. So before reaction you have 60 ml of methane, 180 ml of oxygen. This is the composition of the gaseous mixture. After reaction you have 60 ml of unreacted oxygen, 60 ml of CO2. So before and after passing through the base. Okay, determine the composition of gases. Okay, before and after passing through the base. So before passing, through base you have 60 ml of O2 plus 60 ml of CO2. Of course water is liquid, only gases is asking, right? After passing through the base, so after passing through the base absorbs CO2, right? So you will have 60 ml of O2 because CO2 is absorbed. Two grams of mixture of propane and acetylene. So propane is nothing but C3H8 plus acetylene. So we have 2 grams of this mixture. Reacts with excess oxygen. You know what happens when it reacts with oxygen? Excess oxygen, right? So let us try to write the balanced equation. C2H2 plus oxygen gives 2CO2 plus H2O, right? 2 carbons, 2 CO2, 2 hydrogens, H2O, 4 plus 1, 5, so 5 by 2. Similarly, one more reaction we can write, that is propane C3H8 plus oxygen, so 3CO2 plus 4H2O liquid, 4 plus 6, 10, that is 5, right? So volume ratios are given, both are gases. For gases volume ratio is nothing but mole ratio, right? So for one volume you will get 5 by 2 volumes and 2 volumes of CO2. Let us assume X volumes. Then you will get 2x volumes of CO2 because here gaseous CO2 is given and of course water is also given. So for X you will get X volumes of water, right? So for one volume you will get 2 volumes of CO2. For one volume you will get 1 volume of water. For X volumes you will get 2x volumes and X volumes of water. Same procedure. So 1 volume, 5 volumes, 3 volumes, 4 volumes, right? So let us assume Y volumes, 5Y volumes, 3Y volumes, 4Y volumes of. So let number of moles of CO2, number of moles of acetylene, X, number of moles of C3H8b, Y. So what is the information given? ratio of volumes for gases, volume is directly proportional to number of moles. So volume ratio is nothing but number of moles ratio. So volume of CO2 to that of volume of water is nothing but number of moles of CO2 by number of moles of water. This is given as 3 by 2. Right. The ratio of volumes of gaseous CO2 and H2O is 3:2. So total CO2, since both are present together, so we cannot distinguish, so you have to consider total volume. The number of volumes of CO2 here is 2x and here it is 3y. So 2x plus 3y by water, here it is x, here it is 4y. X plus 4y, this is what it is given. So let us try to simplify this. 3x plus 3 4s are 12y, 4x plus 6y. So 6y equal to x, x by y equal to 6. So x represents number of moles of acetylene, right? So acetylene is to propane, that is x is to y equal to 6 is to 1. That means 6 moles of acetylene and 1 mole of propane. 6 moles of acetylene converting into mass ratio. So if I know mole ratio, how to convert into mass ratio, multiply with molecular weight. 6 moles of acetylene, 2 into 12, 2 into 12, 24 plus 2, 26, 6 into 26 grams is to 1 mole of propane, 3 into 12, 36 plus 8, 44, 1 into 44, 2 6 are 12, 2 2 are 4, 2 6 are 12, 1 2, 6 6 are 36, 3 6 2 are 12, 13 14 15, 156 grams is to 44 grams. So total weight will be 156 plus 42, that is 200 grams. So 200 grams of mixture contains unsaturated. So acetylene is unsaturated here, contains 156 grams of acetylene. For 2 grams of mixture contains how much? So if 200 contains 156, 2 grams contain 1.5 grams of acetylene. 60 ml of pure ozone is heated and then cooled. Okay, the increase in volume is 10 ml. Determine the percentage volume of ozone decomposed. First thing, ozone decomposes to oxygen. Ozone formula is O3, oxygen formula is O2. Balance it. So 3 oxygens, 3 O2, 2 O3. 2 moles of ozone on decomposition gives 3 moles of oxygen. So both are gases, 2 volumes gives 3 volumes. 2 volumes of ozone on decomposition gives 3 volumes of oxygen. So initially how much volume we have at time t equal to 0? We have initially 60 ml of ozone. We don't have any oxygen. Now it is heated. So it is heated, then some amount is decomposed. We don't know how much it is, right? So number of moles decomposed. Let us assume 2x, because for 2 moles you will get 3, right? So let us assume out of 60 ml, 2x ml is decomposed. Out of 60 ml, 2x ml is decomposed. So at any time t, out of 60, 2x is decomposed. So leftover is 60 minus 2x ml. For 2 moles you will get 3 moles. For 2 volumes you will get 3 volumes. For 2x ml you have to get 3x ml of oxygen. So out of 60 ml, when 2x ml of ozone are decomposed, right, corresponding you will get 3x ml. This is what you will have. So total volume after decomposition, how much I will get? Sum of these two, that is volume of ozone left over plus volume of oxygen formed. 60 minus 2x plus 3x, that is 60 plus x. The increase in volume is 10 ml. So before and after decomposition, the increase in volume is 10 ml. So volume of mixture after decomposition minus volume of gas before decomposition. So before decomposition, after decomposition it increases by 10 ml. So after decomposition it is 60 plus x, before decomposition it is 60. So from this what I can write? 60 plus x minus 60 equal to 10, x equal to 10. So x is 10 ml, therefore volume of ozone decomposed is 2x ml, that is 20 ml. So out of 60 ml, 20 ml of ozone is decomposed. Percentage volume of ozone decomposed to oxygen. Percentage volume of ozone decomposed. So out of 60 ml, 20 ml is decomposed. So 20 by 60 into 100, that is 33.3%. How many grams of 80% pure marble stone? Marble stone is nothing but CaCO3 on calcination. Calcination means heating. Produces 15 grams of quicklime. So we have CaCO3 on heating. This is marble stone. What we get is CaO solid, CO2 gas. So from right mole ratio, ఏది కావాలన్నా mole లోకి మార్చుకోవాలి. ఫస్ట్ mole లో రాయండి. 1 mole కి 1 mole. 1 mole means 100 grams. You will get 40 plus 16, 56 grams వస్తుంది. So if I take 100 grams of pure CaCO3, it will produce 56 grams of CaO. We require 14 grams. Remember, this is pure CaCO3 because impurity will not give anything, right? We don't have impurity. When we consider, when you write the chemical reaction, we consider it is pure, right? For 14 grams, how much? So for 14 grams, weight of pure CaCO3, 100 into 14 by 56. So it will be around 25 grams. So percentage purity equal to weight of pure CaCO3 weight of sample into 100. So we require weight of sample 80% pure sample. So weight of pure CaCO3 is 25, percentage purity is 80%, that is nothing but 0.8, or let us say 80 by 100. 100 will be cancelled. So this is 80%, right? 80 by 100 will get 100 here. Percentage purity, right? Or you have to write 0.8. 0.8 is correct. Zero 0.054 times. So around we will get 31.25 grams. 31.25 grams. So 80% pure marble stone weight should be 31.25 in order to get 14 grams of CaO. Right. Next. Calculate the percentage weight loss suffered by sodium bicarbonate on heating. Suppose if I take say this kerchief, it is dry kerchief, say its weight is some 5 grams. If I dip in water, it absorbs water, its weight increases. Say its weight is 8 grams, let us assume. Initially its weight is 5 grams, when I dip in water and remove, its weight is 8 grams. If I dry it, the weight will decrease because water present in it will be vaporized. So if you have any volatile components which can be easily vaporized like water, carbon dioxide, right, then the substance will undergo a weight loss. The weight loss on heating is because of removal of volatile components which can be easily converted into gaseous state. So here sodium bicarbonate on heating. So you have to know the reaction. This you will study in first year group, first year. You will get Na2CO3 which is a solid, not volatile. CO2 gas, volatile. Water gas, volatile. So these two are volatile components here on strong heating. So to balance it, we write 2 moles. Calculate the percentage weight loss suffered by sodium bicarbonate on heating. So when you take 2 moles of sodium bicarbonate, you will get 1 mole of CO2, 1 mole of water. The weight loss is because of removal of CO2 and water, because of loss of water and CO2 in the form of vapors. They escape into atmosphere on heating. So 2 moles means sodium 23, hydrogen 1, carbon 12, 3 into 16 48, 3 plus 1 4 plus 2 6 plus 8 14, 4 5 6 7 8 84. So 2 into 84 grams. 1 mole of CO2 means 44 grams, 1 mole of water means 18 grams. Together 8 plus 4 12, 4 plus 1 5 plus 1 62 grams. So 2 into 84 grams of sodium bicarbonate loses 62 grams of mass due to loss of CO2 and water. They are gases, they escape. So calculate the percentage. So 2 into 84 for 100 grams. Percentage means for 100 grams we have to calculate, right? So percentage weight loss equal to 62 into 100 by 2 into 84. So approximately 37%, 36.9%. 10 grams of hydrated sodium carbonate on strong heating loses a weight of 6.29 grams. Find the value of x. So here this is the x you have to find. Right. So what is this hydrated? Na2CO3. If I write like this, it is called anhydrous. Anhydrous. Some chemicals have this ability to absorb water vapor, moisture from the atmospheric air. Some substance, when they are exposed to atmospheric air, they have tendency to absorb water. They are called hygroscopic, right? Hygroscopic, right? అప్పుడే వర్షం పడ్డప్పుడు మనం వెహికల్ మీద వెళ్తే రైట్ తుంపర్లు మన ఫేస్ మీద పడుతుంటాయి. ఇన్ ద సేమ్ వే when the substances are exposed to air contains some moisture, these substances absorb the moisture. So here the amount of water present will be less. So this water we call it as hydrated sodium carbonate. So Na2CO3 when exposed to air, some water it will absorb. We call it as water hydrated substance. So here it is absorbing some x moles of water. Hydrated sodium carbonate. We have to find the value of x. So what they are doing, this compound is taken and heated. When you heat it, the volatile component will escape. What is the volatile component? XH2O. Water completely vaporizes. So what we get? Anhydrous Na2CO3 plus x moles of water. So 1 mole loses x moles of water. What do you mean by 1 mole? Molecular weight. Molecular weight of this compound. Sodium carbonate, its molecular weight is 106 plus water 18. 1 mole 18. We have x moles. Therefore 18x grams. Na2CO3 molecular weight is 106. 2 into 23. 2 into 23 plus 1 into carbon 12. Plus 3 into 16, 3 into 16, 2 into 23, 46, plus 12, plus 48, you will get 106. Water 18, 1 mole 18. In this 1 mole there are x moles of water. X moles of water, therefore x into 18 you will get 18x. Here also you will get 18x grams. So on heating 106 plus 18x grams of hydrated carbonate will lose 18x grams of water. But actually we have how many grams? 10 grams. On heating 10 grams, there is a loss of weight of 6.29 grams. So cross multiplying, what I will get is 6.29 into 106 plus 18x equal to 18x. So here what we get is 6.29 into 106. Send this other side, 180x minus 6.29 into 18x. So take x common, 18x common, 10 minus 6.29. So x equals to 6.29 into 106 by 18 into 3.71. So approximately 10. So the formula should be Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. Next, 0.4 moles of orthophosphoric acid, that is H3PO4, and 1 mole of calcium hydroxide are allowed to react. Calculate the number of moles of calcium phosphate. So orthophosphoric acid is a tribasic acid. So this is the structure: P double bond O, OH, OH, a tribasic acid, calcium hydroxide, diacidic base. So they are reacting. So let us write the balanced equation: H3PO4 plus CaOH taken twice. So how it dissociates? 3H plus PO4 minus 3, Ca plus 2, 2OH minus. Acid and base react to form salt and water. How water is formed? H plus and OH minus, they combine. These two they combine. Ca plus 2 PO4 minus 3. Crisscross method. Ca3 PO4 taken twice. Ca3 PO4 taken twice, plus water, 3 calciums. So we write 3 here, 3 moles, 2 phosphates. So we will get 6 hydrogens, 6 water. That is the balanced equation. So 2 moles requires 3 moles to form 1 mole of calcium phosphate, 6 moles of water. So initially how much it is given? 0.4 moles reacts with 1. They must be present in 2:3 ratio. For 0.4 moles, so one of them is a limiting reagent. You have to identify that. Based upon that, you have to find the moles of calcium phosphate. So let us do our normal procedure. For 2 moles you require 3. For 0.5 moles, how many? So 4 into 3, 12, 1.2. So you require 0.6. But how many moles we have? 1. 1 is greater than 0.6. That means this will be left over. So phosphoric acid is the limiting reagent. Limiting reagent. Right. So 2 moles gives 1 mole. 0.4 moles gives how many moles? So 2 moles of H3PO4 gives 1 mole of calcium phosphate. Right. So we have only 0.4 moles. How many? So this is 0.4 into 1/2, that is 0.2 moles of calcium phosphate is obtained.